Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming, and welcome to another Snap Judgment review. Please excuse my voice. I am still trying to battle whatever respiratory thing has caught hold of my throat and lungs. But I'm going to try and get through this review and one more for this week. But before we do, we got to do our normal disclaimers. Number one, this is a Snap Judgment review. I think game reviews nowadays get a little caught up with 100%ing or almost beating a game. Because of that, I think they forget what it's like to play the game right off the bat. So I only do about 5 to 10 hours of the game before I review it. I'm just trying to give you an idea whether you're going to go in and have fun. That, coupled with the fact that I think games are one of the most subjective forms of art, I'm not going to give a score to my review. Instead, I'll be giving you the overview of what the game is. Then I'll be telling you a list of pros and cons that the game has that are from my point of view, as all reviews are. And then I'll be telling you whether I personally will be sticking with this game outside the purposes of this review. I always love when I get to come back to a game that I previewed for a Steam Next Fest. And get to kind of review it again and see if a lot has changed or if it's the same thing. And I'm super excited about this one. It's called Badlands Crew. It is from a super indie developer, Rudderduck, and yeah, this is a really interesting game. It just sparked my interest. I don't even remember how I saw it, but then I downloaded the demo and had a lot of fun with the demo. And now the full game is out. It was only $16 when I bought it. I think the full price, it's only about $20. So go, it's real cheap to go pick up a copy, and there's a lot to it. So what is to it? Let's get into it. So, like I said, this is an indie developer. So we've got kind of these almost voxel-like graphics. They're not quite voxel-like. They're not quite voxels, but you know what I mean. And then you have kind of, I do want to say kind of big-headed, cuter character models. That being said, there's nothing that doesn't take away from it. What is the game? The game is you start in a citadel out in the Badlands, post-apocalypse. You are trying to further yourself as a Badlands gang, and you're also trying to you're the good guys, so you're trying to kind of bring peace back to the Badlands, sort of thing. And you'll do that by making a whole lot of war. And how will you make war? Well, the whole game revolves around, you have this crew of procedurally generated characters. This crew crews what's called a battle wagon. And this battle wagon is a fully customizable kind of truck with trailer with all sorts of guns off the back and different subsystems. And that's where the customization comes in. I mean, honestly, the customization is throughout. You can name the citadel. You can import different decals and stuff, which I thought was really interesting. You'll notice my flag is a Skull and Bones flag, and I did that, in the video anyway, and I did that just to see if I could, and it came out really good. So you'll customize this battle wagon, and then you go out on certain missions. Now, the actual driving of the battle wagon is really interesting. It plays out a little bit more like a real-time strategy than a driving game. You kind of set the battle wagon speed and course. There's also different types of moves that you can do with the driver, such as swerving, evasive maneuvers. You can also do like a ram or chase, and he'll just chase one character. You can also set him to circle in an area, kind of wagon style. So you bounce back between the driver and all your other characters. Your other characters have a ton of different things. You can have them on the guns, which allow them to take shots at enemies and blow them up. Oh, I'm sorry. My voice is really making it hard for me to get through this. But, so you can put them on different stuff. There's a command, a lookout, that allows you to scout around you, as well as call in troops from your gang to fight alongside you, which makes things really interesting. You can also slow down time so that you can make those calls so it doesn't get too hectic for you, and speed up time if you're trying to get to a place faster. As you destroy bad guys and do missions, the influence of the bad guys will go down, and you'll slowly claim more and more parts of the Badlands. There's also a villain called the Orator, and they kind of are like a brainwashing character, which I thought was really cool. They fly around on a Zeppelin, and when they start brainwashing your characters, you need this war drummer character to kind of keep your characters from getting brainwashed, which I thought was really, really cool as well. There's a lot of interesting mechanics in the way that this works. As you destroy other stuff, find other stuff out in the Badlands, scavenge, you'll collect goods that you can then take back to your base and upgrade your crew's armor, upgrade your battle wagon, put new parts on it, put new weapons on it. What's also interesting here is each one of your crew members has skill points and perk points, so it goes even farther, even deeper, so to speak. The idea, like, this is a really interesting, like, procedurally generated kind of mecha in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get into the pros and cons. First of all, big pro, customization. I love when I get to take a game and make it my own. I want my experience in games. Games is unique as an entertainment medium in the fact that it has the ability to make your experience unique to you. And I love when games take advantage of this. Badlands Crew does that. I can fully customize the Citadel, the battle wagon, the names of it, the characters that I have. I can fully customize everything in here, and that's just really cool and interesting to me. I think that's a cool aspect of it. You really get a feel for the uniqueness of your run and your game. Controls. Okay, so I have to give this as a pro, even though the controls are a little wonky. When I did the preview, the only controls you could use were keyboard and mouse. And while the game was still playable, I don't really like playing my video games with keyboard and mouse. It's just not my cup of tea. I guess I'm just old school that way, but still, it was fun. This one I would have still purchased with keyboard and mouse if they only had that. But I think one of the only things that I said in my preview that I didn't like was that they didn't have controller support. And guess what, guys? Full controller support here, and it's really not bad. The only thing I'll say is there is, on the left stick, is very touchy. I need to go through the settings and see if I can't turn down the sensitivity. But it's very touchy and hard to center that on things. But other than that, it's really cool to play this with a controller. It just really is. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really happy that it's there. It's like this game was going to be one of those, I'm going to play it anyway, but now I don't have to. Now I get all of the cake, I guess. And then the music. I am floored by how good this music is from an indie developer, and I don't know where the music came from. I don't know enough about it to know if, like, they had a person compose all this, or they just really well placed free assets. I don't know, but like right off the bat, in your Citadel, when you're sitting in your Citadel, there's like this, garage washboard band just playing constantly, and like it'll tour your Citadel, which is a really cool aspect. If you just sit on that normal screen, it'll slowly tour your Citadel and show you the people walking around and the flags, and the music will just keep playing because they're constantly playing, and that music is really good. What I also liked is here's a battle music. The music outside when you're trucking along will start to ramp up when you get in a fight. If you have a drummer on it, like a war drummer, he drums in time with the music. I thought that was such a cool ad. I thought it was such a cool ad to just a simple, really cool, noticeable ad, in my opinion. I think the music here is really good. It fits the T, and I really enjoy it, even though it's very simple. All right, let's go ahead and get into the cons. There's not a lot of them. I'm gonna tell you guys. I can only swear this game's praises, but the only thing I'll say is, if you're trying to work on your battle wagon with the controller, the control's really hard to figure out. It took me a really long time to figure out what I was doing, even with the tutorials. So I've got to just shout that out a little bit, just because it took me. Once I figured it out, it was fine. Now I can work on my battle wagon relatively easily. But for a while, like, I was like, what? How do I make anything work? how do I select things, how do I place them, and even with the tutorials, it didn't really do the job of explaining to me how to do it with the controller. So just be in mind, if you're planning on playing this with a controller, there's definitely a learning curve to the working on the battle wagon part. Really, it's that figuring out that holding the RT and then the stick allows me to move the cursor to anything was really the big one that took me forever to figure out. So I gotta shout it out, just a small con. And the only other con I have is the silly gear that you get in the beginning. I think as you progress, your gear gets cooler, so I kind of get why they did this, but like for your Badlands crew, armoring them and outfitting them for the battles ahead, it's like a potato sack, and they're wearing like colanders on their head and footballs on their head, and they tie pillows to their head and wrap their head in like pots and pans. Just not, I don't know, aesthetically, it threw it off for me, because you get this badass game and then you got them dressed up like I don't know, something weird. So that was just a little bit. It was going to be more of a con if this stuck this way the whole way, but I'm pretty sure you get cooler gear as you go along, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so let's get to whether or not I'm going to play it outside the purposes of this review. Without a doubt, I love this game. Right now, it is in the running for my game of the year, and I don't care that it's up against Claire, Obscure, and all those other big ones. I think this is more bang for your buck than you're going to get in any of those. I love this game. I feel like somebody made this game for me. So I'm very excited to just keep digging into this and keep playing it. So yeah, I hope you guys check it out. Like I said, it's not expensive. It's under $20. So go check it out. Go purchase it. It's a great game. It's so much fun. All right. Well, that's it. Badlands crew. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? I do want to give a quick shout out. I got a lot of people on the preview commenting about liking Badlands crew and stuff like that. So I wanted to do this video before anything else. Just say thank you to all of you for shouting that out. I really love this game. I couldn't wait to support these guys. I couldn't buy it on release day because I was out of money, but my first paycheck I purchased it. So it's a really cool game, and I'm glad it's out there, and I'm glad I got all that love. So thank you. And did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? You guys can let me know in the comments below. You can also comment you can talk to me on Facebook at OmegaGamingDH, on X at OmegaGaming9. You can join our Discord, links in the description below. Influence this and all of our shows from there. As long as you guys keep watching and listening, we'll keep making them. See you guys next time.